So on my way here, I stopped by the hardware store and picked up some of these shelving brackets. You can find them in the shelving aisle, and they're about $1, maybe a little more than $1 each. They come in all kinds of different sizes. I got some small ones and I got some larger ones. These things are fairly durable. I think they're made of steel and they're relatively lightweight. So if you're backpacking or hiking, you can take some of these along. They don't take up much space and they very easily transform into a stove. Let me show you how it works. You can see there's a short end and a longer end. So depending on how high you want your stove, you can use the longer end for a little more height, or you can turn it and use the shorter end and get a wider stove that's a little bit closer to the ground. Now I've just finished making a fire. You can see it's burned down to the coals here. We don't really want flames licking up at us because if we did, we'd be burning our hands. But now that it's at this point, we can take these brackets and push them down into the ground and leverage them in the right way that we can actually hold a fairly heavy pot. Now if you look down at the pattern here, it could be a little bit better, but basically you want the tip of each hanger to be overlapping the next one. So when those are all lined up, it's very stable. You can put a lot of pressure on that and it's not gonna buckle. And look at that, it gets you right nice close to the coals, so you're gonna have a lot of cooking heat. And if you wanna make sure they're all the same height, you can put something like a pan on there, just bang it a little bit, and now you've got a nice cooking top. And you can vary the height above the coals or move the coals in and out to determine what kind of temperature and heat you want in your pan. Now if you've got a fire that's still going or you've got a very big and heavy pot, you might want to consider some of these bigger shelving brackets. That'll give you a little bit more room to play with so you don't burn your hands as you're putting them into the fire. And again, these have a short side and a long side, so you can choose what you want. All right, so to put this thing to the test, I just filled this stainless steel container all the way to the top with water. And if we just slam this thing down, boom, doesn't even flinch. And guys, I didn't even do like a perfect triangle with this base, so that just shows you what kind of integrity it has and what kind of things you can do with it. This thing is amazingly strong. It's actually blowing my mind. Kind of makes me wonder if I could stand in it. Oh yeah, look at that. 165 pounds, not a problem. And check this out, guys. After they've cooled down and you've knocked off all the dust, they've got these grooves in the back, which means you can lock them together for very easy and convenient storage. So that is how to hack yourself a stove using shelving brackets. I hope you enjoyed this project. Thanks so much for joining me for this experiment, and I'll be looking for you in the next video. Talk to you then.